Hey vlog, so today I'm going to be showing you a sketchbook tour of this video, a sketchbook tour of this newly finished sketchbook. Took me 6 months to finish it. I started it in October last year and I finished it April this year, and it was a travel sketchbook, so I took it around with me everywhere. And right now I'm studying in France, and I got to take it around with me when I went to Chamonix, and then when I visited some relatives in Germany and Belgium. I think it's really interesting to be able to track the places I've been through the stuff that I've drawn. Yeah, I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. So I finished the sketchbook yesterday. Took me around like 6 months to finish. Yeah, it's just one of those watercolor sketchbooks in action. I was like really lucky to find it. It cost me like €2. The paper is pretty good. And it comes with this mini envelope thing for your secrets. And then this is a sticker I got from Cafe Polyglot. Cafe Polyglot was like some party where we spoke different languages to each other. And then I said I could speak like Tagalog and English and un peu français. And I don't draw on the first page of the sketchbook. I'm always like scared to not like what I put, so I just don't put anything. And this is the start. So this one is actually my mini tiger plushie. I got this in Korea. And then this is a painting of a sheep because there's sheep outside our dorm. And then this was during a hike we had in La Manche, somewhere in the seaside countryside of Normandy. And then I brought this also with me when I went to Chamonix. And this was the view outside my hostel. It was so cool. Like it was just like you could see the postcard vision of the mountains just right outside where you're eating breakfast. And then this was the cart that they give you so that your transportation around the city is free. And this was something I drew waiting around in the Starbucks because I had a Flixbox ride that was like 18 hours and I had like a 6 hour layover, and I spent some of it drawing. I didn't get to color it and I kind of don't want to anymore because I think it looks good like on its own. Then these were things I drew in Chamonix because there was one day where I had like really bad weather. I couldn't hike, so I spent most of the day just going around the city and drawing in cafes. I remember this day I was trying to do Peachtober and the prompt for the day was bear. So I drew a bunch of bears and this one was a bear based on an image that I took during my hike. Some more sheep, as I saw some sheep at the foot of the mountain and I took some pictures. Some more things inspired by pictures I took while I was hiking. This is a painting of some crows that I saw during autumn, and this was on the beach with my friend, and I have the shell here that I took a picture with. And this one I was painting outside with my friend, and it was super messy. I didn't have like a thin brush at this point. I only had I think this is like size 8. It's hard to make details with it. So I had like a hard time, and I think I was just like getting overwhelmed with like painting everything while the sun was out. So I don't think it's very good. I like the colors, but I think the contrast is really messed up. Like you don't know where you're supposed to be looking. I don't really like it that much, but it's a good memory of what that afternoon was. And then in here, we were trying to paint the sunset because the sun was hitting the forest and it just looked really pretty. So we were both just scrambling to paint it. This is something I drew much later. It's just a bunch of robot designs. Then these are some more animals and some beetles and some like the fungi was growing on it, and I thought it was really cool on this bug. Some more bugs. I think this was a sheep. It doesn't look like a sheep. Then a goose that I saw. And it was my first time using these watercolors for this one. The whiskey set from Schminka, which I really like. Then this one I drew on the spot. It was in Kerpen in Germany. And I was just sitting in the snow drawing this really nice scene by the river. And I really liked how it turned out. at this point I had my smaller brush, so I was able to make like more details. Yeah, I really like the colors. I think the snowy mood is captured really well. Then this is a drawing of my uncle's turtle, and this one was based on a picture that I took in the Japanese garden in Dusseldorf. And then here, this was from a picture I took in Chamonix, but I painted it when I was in Belgium. And this is a painting of a picture I took. And I was like running around this park that had all these hidden ogres, and it was really cool. It's in Boom in Belgium. It's where I think it's called Tomorrowland is held. Then this one, I was painting outside again with the same friend. And this was the point where I started my 3 a day, like daily tree drawing thing. And this was day number 38. And these were just some trees that I drew by it's like a racetrack for horses, but people run around in it. I run around in it. Because there are trees that I see like every day, but I don't really take the time to pay attention until this moment. I was having like a hard time capturing the light. Actually, my problem in general when I'm drawing outside is I often just draw what I know instead of what I see. And I was trying to get over that here. And then this one, my friend had pastels and she shared them with me. So this is like, if you can see. But there's some pastels and they kind of like smudged over here, but I think it's cool. These were some paintings that I made based on some pictures I took in a garden that we went to around here. It's like some weird like lemon, the shape like a hand, and then this was some tree that didn't have leaves. Yeah, most trees here didn't have leaves because I started this in winter. They had like a mini Japanese garden inside the French garden. And then this was one of those leafless trees. These ones I started in Germany. I did them like last week because I went there for vacation again to visit my family. These were some of the cherry blossoms, and I like the way I handled the colors here. I like the way that I composed this one. It was like entirely by imagination, which is something I don't do as often anymore. A lot of these are just like based on pictures I took, so it was like really freeing for me to do. Then this one I made waiting around in Bercy in Paris in the middle of my Flixbus layover. And these were some horses we saw. They're called cold-blooded horses, and the thing that is really impressive about them to me is like how broad they are and how they have hair, fur by the hooves. I think it was really cool. Some more trees. I don't like how you can't understand what this is, but I like the colors. It's like she's lying down on a tree. These are two lakes from the same forest. This one is the bigger one, and this one was darker and like covered in trees, hence why it's more green. This was another painting that I did when I had my layover in Bercy on the way home now. And then this one, same friend I always draw outside with. We went out to a little forest, and then we were just like laying on the grass and painting all the flowers. There was lots of buttercups because it was like spring. But I was like having a hard time painting those details. But I'm pretty happy with how these turned out. I like the way I captured the light here. And then some more trees. These are just based on the pictures that I took when I was out with my friend. It's like day 92. And then this one it's day 93 of my daily trees, and this is based on a picture of a balete tree. And then this one is made entirely from imagination. I drew this first, and then I drew the rest of it after. And I thought the coil looked like a snake, so I drew like a snake head. And then, yeah, that's it. I think I filled it out like pretty fast compared to my other sketchbooks. But also my daily tree drawing habit is definitely helping. I think it's just cool to see the progress. Especially from here to here. I think I have like a better grasp of how contrast works and how to like lead the eye. Although I still need more work. But I'm pretty happy with how it's going. And I'm excited to fill my next sketchbook.